What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Podcast Material. My name is Ethan.
And I'm Heathrow.
And we're two buds of 25 plus years, hanging out, chatting about things that make us laugh, make us think, make us feel. And we're glad that you're here with us. If this is your first time in or you're a returning listener, thanks for being here, and we hope you enjoy the show today.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Ethan has no idea what we're going to talk about today on the podcast. It's actually kind of a surprise.
Can I make a guess?
Sure. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay,
yeah.
chill.
Yeah.
I think this is our last episode. This is our last episode. I think you've finally decided to board that ship you're always talking about, and you're taking off. You're taking off to some faraway land to grow a garden somewhere.
It's over.
Or without Wi-Fi, you're leaving.
You wish, dude. You wish. Today is actually the technology quiz for Ethan.
Oh.
Ethan is actually somebody who is, I wouldn't call you anti-technology, but you are like, you're technology adverse or you're technology resistant. How would you describe yourself?
Resistant is the word for sure. I get really agitated by tech. If it doesn't do the thing I want it to do the first time I want it to do it, I get I have no patience for technology.
No patience for technology, no interest in technology. I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I'm super interested. I would call myself like a tech nerd probably. Always diving in, tons of patience for technology, hours and hours and spent learning and playing with technology. It's interesting.
You're a total gadget dude.
I'm a gadget dude. Yeah. Gadget dude, tech head. Ethan and I are on the opposite ends of the spectrum almost. So what a fun topic to explore.
Yes, dude. I'm excited.
Technology.
I'm excited for this.
The technology episode.
Yes. Sick.
Okay, so we're starting the technology episode really quickly. I'm just going to ask you some questions about maybe your technology habits, how you approach technology, understand your mind frame a little bit,
Okay.
When it comes to technology. And then we're going to jump into a quiz.
Yes.
I'm going to be quizzing you on some questions around technology, starting from easiest, going to harder. So, I spent some time gathering these questions. Some of them are kind of silly, some of them are easy. But we'll see where you land and see
how you means to you.
how you fare in the technology quiz. So,
all right, I'm ready.
Boom, let's jump right into it. What iPhone do you have?
I believe it's an iPhone 12.
Wait, can you hear the music?
No.
Oh, dang it. There's game show music.
Oh, damn. No, I can't hear it.
Currently.
Yeah, I have an iPhone 12. And I'm running iOS 18.0.1.
Nice. Okay, so that was kind of where I was leading. It's like you typically don't like to update your phone. I just want to ask you about that. Like, what software are you on currently? And I'm going to find out you have an iPhone 12, you said?
Yeah.
So, and just to be noted, like an older iPhone, which is, I do respect. I think having an older iPhone is fine. You can still get a lot with an old iPhone. I want to say too, I'm not here to throw shade. This is a non-judgment space. I just want to explore your.
You can throw shade if needed.
Okay.
Yeah. And I feel like it will be.
So first, I'm sure. So, you know how to look at your software, your latest software. I'm sure.
Yeah.
So he knows the settings and things like that.
Yeah, enough of the settings. So yeah, I've got the 18.0.1. The main reason I don't update the software is because I don't want to pay for more storage, and I need more storage to update.
Yeah. Okay.
Or at least that's what my phone is telling me. So
interesting.
Sometimes I go through and I'll delete old photos and old videos, stored in messages.
I see.
Large attachments, things like that. But
okay.
It never seems to be enough.
Yeah. Well, this is sort of, this is interesting. Side tangent. This is Apple's plan, right? Mm-hmm. They have you in this predicament of, I either need a new phone with more storage, or I need to pay for their storage monthly, and it's a little pickly. So you get.
I refuse to play.
So you're refusing to play with Apple, essentially.
Right.
Oh man, let us know in the comments, people listening. Do you guys refuse to play? Right? There's people that are like, I'm not paying that monthly shit. I don't care. I don't care about my storage. I'm gonna go watch me delete my videos. Boom.
Yep,
You know?
that's me, dude.
Oh
That's
man.
me. It took
I
me like probably 2.5 to 3 years to get the update that had stickers in the iPhone.
Oh man,
So like
see.
stickers and new
Yeah,
emojis were
yeah,
coming
yeah,
out, and
yeah.
I just had no
Yeah.
idea. And
Yeah.
then my sister one day was like, "I've been saving up stickers." And I'm like, "I don't know what those are."
Oh
It
no.
was bad. It
Oh
was
no.
bad.
Okay, okay. So that's the thing. My heart breaks for you a little again. Just like the berries. Just like the berries.
Just like the berries.
You're missing out on all the stickers.
If you want to hear about a berry conversation, go back listen to the last episode. We have a whole, or 2 episodes ago. We have a
We actually don't know
whole
what
berry
episode
conversation.
number this is.
I guess that's true. There's a conversation about berries.
Time
It's
doesn't
called the
exist
berry
here.
episode. Yeah,
Time
yeah,
doesn't exist here with podcast material. If you're listening to us now, enjoy this timeless moment.
yeah. We're kind of severed employees here.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, good. Great show, by the way. Great fucking
Yes, dude.
recommendation. Holy
Yes. Oh
cow.
man,
I'm
the
caught
best
up. It's so
non-recommendation
good.
recommendation.
Dude, the best recommendation ever.
So good. I know the finale of episode of season 2 comes out tomorrow.
Perfect. Let's watch it.
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait.
All right.
Okay.
Back
So
to this quiz. It's not really a quiz. This is more exploring Ethan's aversion to tech or just his technical space.
my relationship. It's my relationship with
Thank you very
technology,
much.
you know?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes. His relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you keep your phone at night? How do you charge your phone?
I keep it on my bedside table, charging, plugged in on my bedside table.
Wired charged in with the charger that it came with?
Yep,
Nice.
the old charger.
The old charger, right. Okay.
Yep.
What is the proper name for the old charger?
Oh God. I don't think it's USB-C. I think that's the newer one.
I can't offer you any help.
Yeah, I know. Hold on.
Don't look to me. Are you Googling it?
Yeah, I have to.
No, what?
I have to.
No, dude. So you don't know. You can just say I don't know. This is a quiz. This is a quiz.
Okay,
You're just about to cheat on the quiz. You're just about to... Can you take a guess?
I didn't even get an answer.
Take a guess.
I didn't even get an answer.
You know what it's called. The charger for the iPhone.
Yeah, it's an iPhone charger.
iPhone charger. Okay. This is your guess.
Little tiny iPhone charger.
Little tiny iPhone charger. Okay. What is the old iPhone charger called? You got that wrong. It's Lightning connector.
Oh, sure. I've heard that.
You know that.
Yep. Is USB-C the new one?
USB-C is the new one.
Okay.
USB-C is the new one. And that was going to be the follow-up question.
Okay.
So,
ooh, cool.
You got that one right. You got that right. USB-C. Well done. And USB-C really should be the standard. You know, USB-C. Lightning is kind of a fucked up thing because, again, Apple's trying to get you to buy their own product.
Yep. What's the name for that when like a company proprietary?
It's proprietary. Nice.
Cool. Oh man, okay, I'm feeling good.
Nice job, dude.
I missed that one, but I got the
Yeah.
second one.
Yeah, you're 1 for 1. Pretty good here.
Cool.
Okay, what does it mean to airdrop something?
Sure, that's like specifically to other iPhone users. I think I don't think you can iDrop things to people that have Android phones or non-Apple phones. It's just like you send it to someone through Wi-Fi rather than through a message or through, I believe it's through Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's like sending a message or actually it's not a message. It's more of like you can send pictures or videos or GIFs or just images. Yeah,
you're there.
Yeah,
You're there.
through Wi-Fi.
You're there.
Cool.
Yep.
I feel like the more I explain it, the righter I can be.
For sure. I guess you did it. You did it.
Nice,
well done.
Yes.
Whoa, dude. Nice. 2 for 3 on this technology quiz. You're doing great. It's definitely going to get harder, though. It's definitely going to get harder.
No, I feel like this is like in Hot Ones, we're on like the third wing, you know? Like,
yeah.
I'm not
All right. Softball here. What does WWW stand for?
Come on, bro. I'm a millennial.
Dang it.
This is a question for Gen Z.
Okay.
That's the World Wide Web.
Okay, well done. I was hoping you might get it wrong, and that would have been hilarious, but okay, well done.
My dad did work in tech in like the early 90s.
That's right.
We had lots of like desktop computers around. Lots of
okay. Let me remove all the early 2000 questions here.
Macintoshes before it was Apple.
Okay.
Actually, well, never mind. I can say this as a counter quiz for you at the end.
Dude, no counter quizzes. No counter quizzes allowed.
You're like, I asked the questions.
Okay.
Chill.
In the same vein, What does Wi-Fi stand for?
Oh,
Wi-Fi.
I feel like wireless.
Okay, the first word is wireless.
Wireless. Man. Wireless. It's like, because I'm trying to think of like hi-fi as like a thing for sound, right? But I don't know what.
Yes.
I don't
Yes,
know what
and
fi
it's the
sounds.
same word.
It's the same word, but I don't know it. I don't know
Well
it.
done. Well done. You're
Oh
really
man.
close. And this is actually harder than it sounds. If you guys know what Wi-Fi stands for, put it in the comments. Somehow make that comment more than 7 words. It really helps us out. We appreciate you.
I don't know. I think I have to get that one up. The only
Okay.
word I can think of is like fidelity, and that's definitely not it.
You're saying wireless fidelity is your guess.
I guess so.
Wireless fidelity is correct.
Let's
Dude.
go.
Wireless
Let's
fidelity.
go.
Wi-Fi stands for wireless fidelity.
Yes, dude.
Yes. It doesn't often, like, people don't really even know that. Well done, dude.
Dude, I knew it. I knew it deep down.
Well done.
What does fidelity mean in terms of tech? Like, what's the definition of it in Wi-Fi?
That won't be
'Cause,
part
like,
of the quiz. You can just add questions to the quiz, dude.
well, I'm just curious because like fidelity means like infidelity. I guess fidelity probably just means like connection, like some kind of connection.
Fidelity
Because
meaning
like
relation.
if you're if you have
Wireless
infidelity,
connection.
yeah, if you have
Fidelity.
infidelity in a relationship, it means like you're like cheating or you're like doing something sketchy and you're not like connected to your partner anymore. So that makes sense to me in my brain. You hear that, Sip?
Wait a second. I'm kind of getting some mixed messages here. Maybe it doesn't mean wireless fidelity. There's a difference between Wi-Fi and wireless fidelity.
Oh,
Wireless technology, fidelity means lasting support. Lasting support is the meaning of fidelity.
okay, yeah, yeah.
Infidelity, cool. Dang, that support ain't lasting.
It ain't lasting.
Okay, thanks so much for the follow-up question on that.
Yeah, got to take this opportunity to learn the things we don't know if I get it wrong, and then also learn about those correct answers, especially when I get a little lucky.
That was sick. Well done.
I'm
well done, dude. On that. We're giving you that one. Let's well done. Go. Holy cow. Okay, dude. More acronyms. Here we go.
Okay, let's go.
Last acronym question. What does VPN stand for? And what does it do?
So I know a VPN, it like protects your, I think it is it kind of like a proxy network a little bit, like it kind of protects your search history or your connection from folks that are trying to view it, right? It's like it's like a different way to connect to either the internet or to download, I guess downloading things from the internet or from other servers, but it's like a way to kind of keep it secret, right? And I think it stands for like a verified protection network or a verified protected network. I think the N is network for sure, but I don't know what the V and the P stand for.
Okay, nice. I'll give it to you, or I'll just tell you were wrong.
Okay.
But it's virtual private network. VPN, okay. Virtual private network. So yeah, you were on with the definition though, I feel like.
Yeah, okay.
You have a network in your house, right?
Yep.
Or yeah.
Yep. In high school, when we wanted to use Facebook or MySpace on the school computer, those websites were blocked. And one of my friends, this kid Zephyr, he created a VPN at home and then told us how to access it through the school computer, so we can all get on like AIM Instant Messenger at school and all that stuff. So
shout out Zephyr.
Using VPNs and proxy websites and that stuff. Yeah.
Dude, fun. All right, you got it. You know what a VPN is. Give him the ding. I feel like. Okay.
I can't really ding my own bell. That feels sketchy.
Well, you did it. You've already added questions. Yeah. Okay, so I have a question. So you're using a piece of technology and you run into an error. Let's say it's your phone. What is the first step typically in solving an error with a device?
You know? I smash it.
Ethan smash.
I'm a phone smasher.
Like most electronic devices, if you're running into an issue, what is the first step that you would take?
If I think that it's like a connection issue, I'll usually just like turn the Wi-Fi off and on again.
Boom, ding, ding, ding. Turn it off and back on.
I was going to say same thing for like a device issue. I'll just turn
off
it
and
off
on.
and turn it back on again.
There he is. That's a correct answer.
Yes, dude.
That's kind of an opinion, but it's correct.
Those are my favorite kind of opinions.
Okay. You'll probably get this one. When you hear the word phishing, what does phishing mean when it comes to like technology and cybersecurity?
That's when folks will send you a text or an email with a little link in it, and they really hope you click it. Really hope you click it so they can get into your info. They can send you more spam. They can access your data.
Boom, ding, ding, ding. Phishing scam.
Yes, dude.
A fish.
Man. Oh man. Yeah.
I went through this whole. Oh, go ahead. When I worked
at a school-based program in the school, they would send like potential phishing emails to people.
Yeah.
And a lot of the older teachers would basically fail every single time.
Dang. Yeah. Be aware of phishing, y'all. Did they ever put you through phishing training?
Maybe like it was really brief, like if you see a link, don't touch it.
Totally. I had some extensive phishing training when I worked at a call center, because it's probably pretty common and we come across phishing, but I thought it was just really interesting. And I love the visual of like the scammer, like fishing for information, just being like, yeah, I'm out here fishing.
Putting a little like link on a hook.
Yeah, putting a link on a hook
and just throwing it out there.
Just waiting for someone to bite. Dang. Don't get fished, y'all.
No, don't do it. You're smarter than that. You're better
ding,
than
ding, ding. Ethan, wow.
Man, I'm crushing this so far.
Okay.
But I'm not getting ahead of myself.
Let's see here. I feel like I gave you way too many. These are too easy. The www one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
I'm sorry about that.
If it was the HTTP : / or whatever it is, I would not know what that is.
What's the most common reason a printer wouldn't work?
It's common? Oh man.
Give me 3.
Okay. I feel like paper jam.
Paper jam.
In there, gets crinkled up, gets stuck.
Well done.
Pop it open.
Paper issue, yes.
Grab the paper out. I think the next issue, the one that I run into the most, is like a connectivity issue. Connectivity. Your printer won't sync up. It doesn't matter how many times you download the software or like try to connect through to the Wi-Fi. It just like doesn't like your computer or doesn't like you. I feel sometimes personally attacked by technology. I think that's part of this.
For sure. For sure.
It's just me. The third one I feel like is probably like an ink issue. Like you're out of ink. You need more toner. You got to get that blue, yellow, magenta going back in there.
Nice. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Top 3. Ding, 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 bro. Wow. You're plugged in.
I've had to deal with a lot of printers.
You're really tech savvy, bro.
Dude, I know. This is making me feel like I don't, I can be more friendly to tech. I know more than I thought,
What is an IP address? And why does it matter, you think?
Oh man. So it's like a series of numbers. I think that kind of determines like where you're accessing the internet from or where you're using your computer from. It's like a way to like track your usage, and I think that's what a VPN does, or maybe a proxy does. It like scrambles your IP address, right?
Okay, yeah, you're getting there.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
What do you think IP stands for in IP address?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, you're just gonna get it. You're gonna get lucky. You're gonna get it.
Yeah, dude, I probably will. Internet place.
Internet place address?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. He's locked into the internet place address. Unfortunately, that's going to correct. It stands for. Wait a second. I know what it is. It stands for Internet Protocol Address. Internet Protocol.
Okay.
So there's some descriptors in there. It's kind of giving an idea of maybe what it's doing. So you have your Internet Protocol address, and yeah, you pretty much summarized it. It's a unique number assigned to your device. It allows it to connect to the internet. So without your Internet Protocol address, no entry.
So each device has its own, and that doesn't change. So like my iPhone has an IP address, my computer has one, and it doesn't change regardless of where I am or what I'm doing.
I think your network has an IP address.
Okay.
If I'm correct.
Okay. So it's like my phone on the IP address.
Fuck, we're gonna have to look this up.
Actually, that probably makes more sense because I feel like it's like about where you are using it.
Yeah.
Like I've heard reference to that, like the IP address is here or the IP address is there. So that would
it's
make
like the IP address for your network. And then the VPN is your virtual private network, which shields your IP address from the world essentially. So when you're trafficking, you appear as a different IP address, actually in whatever location you want, because your IP address will actually deliver your location too.
Gotcha.
Which is pretty wild. You don't want to give people your IP address.
No, definitely don't. Give them your social, but don't give them your IP address.
Same thing. No. Does each device have an IP address? I believe each device has what's called a MAC address. Okay. MAC. Anyway.
Okay, and then your devices access the network, and the network has the IP address. Okay. Nice, dude.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Wow, dude. Jeez, you... Okay. I don't think the issue here is literacy.
No, I think it is patience, understanding. I don't want to share my IP address with technology.
Yes, every device connected to a network, including the internet, has a... Yes, every device connected to a network, including the internet. Oh.
Like a network including the internet.
Okay, yeah, because you can have a network out the internet.
Server or something.
That's right. Has a unique IP address that acts as a digital identifier, allowing it to communicate with other devices. Internet protocol address to each device. I guess it is per device.
Okay.
What's a MAC address then? Because I thought the MAC address was the equipment, media access control. Anyway.
Okay.
Great. Okay. We're diving deep into internet protocol.
Dude, in the name of knowledge.
In the name of knowledge and podcast material. This is podcast material, everybody. Thanks so much for listening. Wow.
And actually, if you listeners have good, fun, tech trivia questions like this, feel free to quiz me on them, or Heath, drop them in the comments.
Hell yeah.
And we'll try to answer them either in the comments or on maybe a tech quiz, a fan-based tech quiz.
Heck yeah.
That'd be pretty fun. So
that would be fun.
Throw them down there.
Good idea. Okay, just a couple more here, and then we'll get on with whatever we're doing. Such a weird sentence.
Yes, dude, this is awesome.
So silly.
I'm so glad you did this, dude.
It's so fucking silly. Okay. You're doing great, dude.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I feel good.
How is internet speed measured?
Like, what's the unit? Like, units of internet speed?
Units of internet speed. And if you were to guess, how fast is your internet? And then I'm going to have you test your internet speed. Can you test your internet speed? Would you know how to do that?
Okay. I think that's going to be part of the quiz.
Yep, here it is. It's a live quiz. It's a task.
Internet speed is measured in, I think we have a gig, or I don't know if that's the strength of the signal or the speed.
Okay.
But I think it's like I don't know the number that goes into a gig. I think it's not megabytes. Is it megabytes?
Yeah. Oh, okay. We could. Yeah. There's megabytes and gigabytes.
Okay.
There's kilobytes and megabytes. So it's like just a unit of bytes.
Okay, so some bytes.
So it's
and I think we only have a gig.
But it's what are you doing with the bytes though? Like, You know, the
Yeah.
speed that it's downloaded is sure, yeah,
There's
gig, but
the
like a gig.
process speed.
And where are you going to look up your speed? I'm just curious. Like if you're going to
Okay,
go test your speed,
yep,
where are you testing your internet speed?
I'm going to the little internet little tab here at the bottom,
Okay.
and then there's it's got full bars, and then I can click on my network. And then I'm gonna go down to IP settings, protocol.
You're going to
I've
you're
got
going
network band. My bandwidth is 5 gigs, 5
5 gigs.
gigahertz, I believe is what it's saying.
Okay, your bandwidth, your Wi-Fi bandwidth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How fast is it though? If you were gonna go, like, let's say just.
It says link speed is 866 by 866, but I don't know if that's the actual speed. That's like receive and transmit. Oh man.
Ooh.
Okay. I don't think that's it. Let's see.
What if am I asking the question wrong or?
No, I think I know that there's a way to test. I think I've done it before.
Yeah, the internet speed test, right? Like, where would you do that? And in people in the comments too. Am I the only one who? Where do you test your speed?
Run an internet speed test. So I'm in home. I'm in settings and home within my Wi-Fi settings, and there's a link here that says run an internet speed test.
Wow. Okay, nice.
I'm gonna run an internet speed test really quick.
Okay, great. You're doing it. Whoa, in the settings, okay. Amazing.
Yeah, here we go. I'm running it. Okay.
We're gonna need like a screen recording of this. Wow, so you're doing this within
really
your computer? Uh-huh. What's it telling you?
Yeah.
What are your results?
The download speed. So latency was 10 ms.
There you go.
And then so is that milliseconds? 10 milliseconds?
Huh?
And the download speed was 118.73 megabytes per second. And the upload is 38.02 megabytes per second.
Well done, dude. That's the internet speed test, and it's measured in megabytes per second.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Wow. I definitely done that before at some point. Who knew? That's probably because I'm the only one on the internet right now. So I'm taking it all.
Dude, you passed the internet speed test. Well done.
Yes, dude.
Jeez.
Oh, man.
That's impressive. You found it in the settings. Typically, I go to speedtest.net. Shout out speedtest.net, not sponsored.
Well, it did take me to a browser.
Oh, okay, great.
I clicked it, and I got this computer from my mom, and she, like reset the settings, and it has Microsoft Edge as the browser that came up when I clicked on it.
Nice, dude.
So
okay.
I use Chrome normally or Mozilla, but it not Mozilla anymore. See that? There we go.
Ooh,
there we go.
Dude. A little Mozilla
Firefox. But now I use Chrome.
Dang, man. Well, thank you so much for being so vulnerable around your technology.
I'm just trying to share a true experience.
Let's see. I've got a couple of last questions here. Let me see. I can find one more here. I just had it. Yes. Here it is. Last question of the quiz. You're doing great so far. You're crushing it. You're A+ on the quiz. You really only missed one.
I don't know about A+. I think I missed two. I didn't get VPN, and I didn't really get IP.
Yeah, true. So yeah, you're going to be here. But well, maybe I'll ask you a few more questions. You can get an A.
Cool. Some extra credit. Dude, I need that extra credit, man.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Oh, man, don't call my mom.
Okay.
Don't tell her.
Here's this question. How does the internet work?
Should I ask Al Gore? Does he know?
Ding, 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 dude. Al Gore's the correct
answer.
The internet works because of Al Gore. Well done.
Oh, man.
Sick, bro. Knock that out.
That's a throwback.
That was actually just a joke question. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. We should wrap up this quiz. Well done, bro.
Thank you, man.
We asked, I actually lost track. I wasn't keeping track of your score necessarily, but we asked about 11 questions and you got about 8 or 9 right.
Let's go. I'll take that.
Listeners, let us know his actual score.
Dude, the non-definitive score, I'll take it.
Yes, but no, you did great. You crushed it. It was a very home run. didn't embarrass yourself at all, unfortunately. Let's see what else. No, well done, dude. I'm happy to talk about your tech aversion and just talk about tech a little bit.
Hell
Man, you
yes.
fucking
Hell
did an
yes.
internet speed test through your settings. This is unreal. What else can I say? What else can I say? I mean, and again, it doesn't sound like there's a literacy issue. It's more of a
Dude, it's totally patience. It's
it's
totally like
patience,
my
it's
patience and
aversion.
my ability to like slow myself down and like think through
Yes,
a problem or like let something not work for 2 seconds,
this is amazing.
That's the
Okay,
thing.
this this reminds me of a story. We're all living together. We've been roommates and buds, and it was the four of us, me and you and our wives, Kate and Gina. Shout out wives. God, we gotta have
Shout
them
out to
on.
the wives.
You were upstairs in the office and you were trying to get the printer to work, and I could sort of like hear you being frustrated because like I mean I think I was downstairs and it was kind of easy to hear people walking, so your steps got like a little bit heavier because you were trying to leave the house and you're sort of like pacing back and forth. And I know Kate was up there also, and it was our printer actually, so it was like hooked up to the Wi-Fi and you were trying to use it. And I remember, and Kate told me this too, of you just being like, it's like going to her and being like, "Is there a trick to this? Is there a trick to this printer? What is up with this thing?" And she's like, "Yo, just give it a second, bro. Just like, I don't know, like, just calm down." You're just like, "Is there a trick to it?" And I think you actually lost patience and just had to like leave the house because you were going to work, I think, and you needed to print something. And you're like, "Fuck it, I'll just do it. Like, I'll just be able to print it like somewhere else."
For sure. Oh
So you
my
kind of
god.
just like stormed off. And Kate
What's
and
the
I
trick?
to this day fucking laughed at that. And we also say it all the time. We're like, "Is there a trick to it? What's the trick to it? Is there a trick to this thing?" You kind of like hit it on the side.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
The
That's so
printer is
funny.
actually right here. It's back here if you want to talk to it.
Dude, did you ever figure out the trick?
Is there a trick to this thing?
Oh man, that's so funny. That
Yeah,
totally tracks. That
super
totally
funny.
tracks.
But it was, dude, you're right. I mean, it's just like some weird like connection issue with the printer and you had to reset the Wi-Fi.
I feel like printers are the most like hesitant to be connected. Like you can have a printer working with you one day and then the next day it's like, I don't know you. I won't do what you tell me. Just like, come on, man, we're friends. Like we live together.
Those
Just like,
hesitant. Yeah.
oh God,
Yeah.
do the thing that you have always done.
No,
Just
man.
do it.
No, man. You got to fill
Oh
that
man, that's
relationship
so
bank with your
funny.
printer.
I know. Oh man,
Uh,
man. I've definitely learned that it's a patience thing through many iPhones. you know, many iPhones. Uh, yeah, many phones in general. Lots of cracked screens. Lots of
I may have been
lots
there
of
for a
that.
one or two, just like,
Yep. And then I will say I've had lots of accidents too. Like the phone I have right now, it's got luckily I have a screen protector on it, but I was getting uh I was getting into my car and I had basketball shorts on and I had my phone in my basketball short pocket. I got into the car as I was closing the door, and as I was closing the door, the phone fell out of my pocket and landed perfectly where the door hits meets the car, and it just
yeah,
cracked the screen. I was like, "What the hell? Like,
perfect
how?
storm.
Yeah, like what the fuck?" And I was like
Right, you couldn't
late
even do that if you
somewhere.
tried.
Exactly. There's no way. There's no way I could replicate that. It was so funny. I mean, it's funny now, but when it happened, it was maybe like a year ago. I was like, "What are we doing? Like, how is this happening to me?"
It's great.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man.
that's really
Well,
funny.
dude, thanks for taking part of this technology quiz. I had fun. You did great. Try to maybe I would suggest update your phone now, update your stuff. People know that you're technology weak, so there could be a cyber attack against you at any moment.
That's true. It's coming. It's coming.
Change your passwords.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But no, don't though, please. We're just normal dudes. We don't.
Yeah, we don't.
There's
I don't
nothing.
have nothing. I
There's
have
nothing
nothing.
here for you.
Yeah,
There's nothing here for you.
I've got nothing.
But if you guys do want to support us, definitely check out our socials: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Yeah, leave comments, throw some likes out there, leave us a review. We appreciate it.
We really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, you guys.
Hell yeah, dude! Thanks for putting that together too. That was super
Woo!
fun. That was super
Hell
fun.
yeah.
We've been kind of talking about it,
Yeah.
so I like that some of it was interactive too. You're like test your Wi-Fi. I was like kind of put me into a panic. I was like, oh no, I know
Damn.
I've done this before.
No, you
Shit.
did great. You did
Yeah.
great, dude. Wow.
Well, I didn't know if I was allowed to go on the internet because I didn't want to Google something. So I was like, I don't know. I guess I have. There has to be a way to do it from my
Yeah.
from my computer. So,
I gotcha.
dude, that's dope. That is awesome. Oh man,
And we
it's
got the
funny because
idea. You brought up board games, and I wrote down the idea of board games too. That's
that'd
legit.
be fun. That'd be fun to chat
Legit.
about board games.
Let's talk
Find
about
out
board
what.
games. We fucking love board games.
Yeah, we played a ton, and we're
Oh,
pretty competitive dudes.
yeah.
You know, when we lived together in that house, we played this game called Machi Koro,
Yeah.
which is I think it's Japanese for around the corner. That's what Google told us. It's like a
Okay.
neighborhood building game. So you like get different pieces of a neighborhood or of a town or of a city, and they give you special abilities to build other things or collect more money for stuff. And it's basically gambling, right? Like it's basically just like you roll the dice, you get stuff, you get money, and then you get to build stuff. And we played it so much. I think we had played over 150 games probably in the course of probably like 2 or 3 months
I
during
think
COVID.
so.
And we
Yeah.
would play like five a night sometimes. It felt, and you were ahead for sure. It was like you in first, Gina in second, and me in third by like a small margin to Gina. But you were out in front for a long time.
I think I was out in front for a long time. I
Yeah,
think if we would have played another 100 games, that it would have evened out even more, though. Like you guys
yeah.
would have, because I think we were just in a headspace almost where I was like, yeah,
Hmm.
I'm on top. But I could have easily fallen if we played another few rounds. But that was
Yeah.
amazing, dude. That's some core adulthood memories. You know?
Yeah, playing Machi, like it was funny because we'd all be like sitting in our rooms, like doing our own thing, and like one of us would just like text like
Text out
Machi,
the Machi core, the
Machi,
call.
Machi, Machi, and
Machi
then you'd hear
Machi.
like other feet scampering around the house, like one person going to the fridge to get the drinks, one person get the dice out.
Dude, honestly, I miss that.
It was so fun.
That would, dude, just the sounds. Come on.
Hmm.
The sound of
Hmm.
living with y'all. Dude,
It
what
was
the heck? I'm
awesome.
about to fucking cry right now.
I know that was so fun. Those great times, great times. Weird situation, great times.
Yes, weird situation, great times. Absolutely, dude. Fucking summary for life.
Yeah, for real. Oh man. Did we play? I mean, we played some, we got into a lot of video games when we lived together too. Like we played a lot of uh
Overcooked.
Overcooked too. Yeah. I was like
Yes.
Diner Dash, but that's not what it's called.
Hey,
Overcooked too. That game was so fun. That game was awesome. We played some Sea of Thieves, you and I did. That's how I got my Xbox. It was like COVID had just hit. We only had the one Xbox, so we were like trading the controller every 20 minutes. And then we just went out and bought me like a super cheap Xbox, and then had one person playing on the big screen, and then me playing, or the other person playing on like the little like
yeah.
computer monitor on
Yeah,
the coffee table.
we had brought down a monitor from the computer, like hooked it up to another Xbox. So we are dueling Xbox in the living room.
Yeah, that was so fun.
It was wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
kind
it
of
was
like an
like
old school LAN party.
an old school LAN party,
Yeah,
totally, with roommates, with buds. And
yeah.
and the pandemic had just happened, so we were like, dang, we got to get you an Xbox quick. So
Hmm.
we called our nearest, like, I think it was a GameStop.
Hmm.
And we're
Yeah.
like, hey, do you have an Xbox? And they were like, yeah, we're selling Xboxes, but you have to like pay over the phone, and then we'll set the Xbox. We'll set the Xbox like on the table outside.
Right. Yep.
Remember that?
Yep. There was like a special table that said
Yeah.
like GameStop pickup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man, that was so funny. I think
That
I
was
have
big.
photos of that, or like a video of you like
Yeah.
scampering out of the car to go get
Dude, oh
it.
my God. Can we share that? That's crazy.
Yeah, I'll find it. I'll find it. I'll
Oh
find it.
my God.
Yeah, that was so
Okay.
silly.
We're
That was
sort of
so
going
silly.
down a games tangent, but I think we should back off because I really think this is a cool
We should
topic.
do a
We
whole
should
games
a
thing.
whole
Yeah,
games
yeah,
episode.
yeah, yeah.
Um and then
Because we played a
and then
ton
that
of
way I
ton
can
of
win.
games.
I'll just win
Right, right.
out of the episode.
At
You
the end of
won.
the episode, we'll just crown you the winner, which
Well,
is what you really want.
I think I don't win that much though.
I think I win the least.
Oh, I definitely win the least.
Oh, dude, I don't think so. I don't think so. We literally have a
Uh,
board with all the markings on it. We gotta save this. We gotta save it. We gotta save it. We
you
gotta have this
literally have a
conversation
board
another
with all
time.
the markings on it.
Yeah,
We're gonna have a round table with all of our friends and
I
like
know.
really
I
like
mean, like,
see what the truth is. We don't know what the truth is.
I feel like I know who probably wins the most. Like, I think you and I are
Yeah.
probably on the losing end of things.
What an asshole.
Me,
That guy. No, no.
the two people.
The
There's
guy
two
who
people in my brain that win the
yeah.
most.
The one who wins the most.
Yeah.
What a dick.
He's probably listening right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we don't have to talk about you. This is our podcast. That's funny.
Ooh, this is interesting.
This is fun.
I was like, okay.
I came up with a couple more questions came up to me today.
Nice.
Kind of came up in my brain. I want to save one until I can actually bring you something to your house so we can do something together.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Let me. Okay. Here's a question. This is food related, kind of, but it's kind of a big question. What do you think your favorite fermented item is?
I think there's something to be said here. There's a difference between fermented and pickled, and I think sometimes people get it confused.
Yeah,
people get it confused a bit, right? Like, I want to be clear. When you're fermenting something, you're not really adding salt and vinegar. You're not adding any of that.
Sure.
You're typically adding sugar.
Okay, right.
With like fermented cabbage, for instance, which is like a kimchi, I think.
Yeah, kimchi or like sauerkraut. Is that cabbage or is that
is
that
sauerkraut.
sugar too?
Yeah. I think so.
But just like different seasonings, different method kind of thing.
I'm pretty sure. I want to make sure. Actually. Can we like look up the definition maybe?
I think so. Why not?
Or like look up fermented versus pickled? Because if you're asking me what's my favorite pickle.
Well, okay. That's what I was thinking when I wrote it down. In my brain, it was all kind of connected because it's kind of this like aging process where you let like bacteria grow in a safe, specific way, right? Because there's bread, there's cheese, there's in my brain kimchi and sauerkraut and pickle.
Yes.
And
okay.
all the pickled things, But it's good to know that there's a difference because I guess I didn't know there was a difference, but I thought they were really similar that they would maybe be considered the same.
So the key differences are pickling is usually done in a brine, like an acidic brine with a vinegar. So if you're doing like cucumbers in vinegar, you do like dill, salt, garlic, vinegar. That makes a brine.
It's like a soak.
It's a soak. So now you have a pickle. And then if you boil that, it kills off any bacterias that are in the mixture, and then that's how pickles are like pickled. Like that's But with natural fermentation using bacteria or yeast, there is no brine typically.
Right. It's like a dry pickle.
A dry pickle. This is interesting. What would like a fermented cucumber be like? This is because I think fermenting is kind of interesting.
I mean, could you ferment a pickle though?
I think so. You can ferment kind of anything. Ooh, man, fermented versus pickling. This is great.
Yeah.
So the acidity source in pickling is typically from the vinegar, where the acidity source in fermented stuff is from lactic acid produced by the bacteria. Typically, there's a heat treatment with pickling. Fermented, you're not really doing any heat treatment because you don't want to kill those. You don't want to kill those bacterias. Also, probiotic benefits with the fermented stuff. Pickling typically doesn't have that probiotic, natural, healthy gut bacteria.
And we're talking about like kombucha, kimchi,
kimchi, sauerkraut.
Yep. And that makes sense to me because like a good pickle and a good kimchi have like similar, like the energy is similar, right? They're kind of like they're wet, they're these things, so you would maybe put them in the same boat, but there is like a really funky, like kind of, I describe it kind of like sparkling aspect to like kimchi, right? You bite into it and it kind of like fizzles in your mouth, right? Whereas like a pickle doesn't necessarily have that. It has like a very specific flavor. It has a very like it's maybe has the same kind of like punch as a kimchi. My peas are really popping today. It's got the same pop and same punch, but the kimchi is they're different. It makes sense to me that those mouth feels would be different.
Man, I'm so hungry right now. That was
kimchi
amazing.
Sounds so
amazing, so good, dude. Yeah. So yeah, if you're asking, so we're
so maybe let's answer both questions. So like, what's your favorite thing to pickle or to have pickled?
Man, I love anything pickled. It's like I've tried so many interesting, weird pickled things. Like pickled eggs, I think are up there, kind of odd. Wait, Beanie,
little kitty cat. That's just called a little kitty cat tail.
You're interrupting our pickle conversation.
Toby's like, do you
Come
say
here.
pickles?
Tobini.
Okay, yeah. So pickled eggs. That was a good one. I can't say I've had a lot of them, but I have had one once or twice, and I do really enjoy them too.
Yeah, I typically like to make my pickled eggs in my pickled beets so that the eggs turns red and it gives it sort of a beet flavor.
But yeah, I've seen you do that.
So you get those red pickled eggs, beet pickled eggs, I guess specifically. I like pickled beets. I like beet pickled eggs. Damn, I like fucking pickles, dude. I can't say no to a pickle. I like a dilly bean, a pickled green bean.
Oh, dude,
Ooh.
pickled asparagus is also so
Pickled
good.
asparagus.
You made some really good pickled red onions too when we were living
Pickled red
together.
onion.
Yeah,
Yep,
those are so good. I can eat those the way I eat like
totally.
regular pickles.
Pickled garlic.
Oh yeah.
Pickled garlic. I go crazy on.
Oh man. Well,
Let me see.
if you had to choose, what would it be?
One pickle for the rest of my life.
One pickle to rule them all, and then in the darkness brine them.
This is super boring. I'm choosing pickle.
Dude, I respect it. I respect
Yeah,
it. A classic.
it's
A
the purest.
classic.
It's the purest of pickle, and everything else you can have on its own, like
Mm.
onion, garlic, everything we just mentioned about being pickled, asparagus, green beans. All those are so delicious pickled, but you can also enjoy them on their own. A pickle just doesn't exist without an unpickled pickle is just a cucumber, and that's
Mm. Oh, I see.
it's
You can
just a
eat all those
different
things and it's
experience.
yeah. You can eat
It's
all
just
those other things in their unpickled form and they're fine.
right,
But a cucumber is just like a whole nother thing
like
separate from a pickle.
exactly.
I get you. I get you.
Yep.
Dude, I respect that choice.
Thank
That's
you.
kind of what I was thinking too. It's just like
Yeah,
such a classic one
yeah,
that, as long as, I mean, I'm not a big fan of like bread and butter pickles. Like it
right,
has to be
right.
dill. It has to have
Absolutely,
like a lot of punch. It has to
absolutely.
make me like, like
Oh
my
yeah.
eye, one of my eyes has to close,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
uh, and we've talked about this
Mm.
before that like pickled juice, like actual pickled juice is so good.
Right. Medicinal.
It's good for you. Medicinal. Yep. Yep. It'll cure those cramps. It's full of electrolytes. It
Right.
is really good. It's really good. I think I agree. I think I go pickle, but a good pickled asparagus spear is so tasty. It's so
True.
good.
It's true.
Um,
It's true. Just planted asparagus this year. I need to do that.
nice.
Mm. You know,
Excited to, excited to try
as-
some of that.
asparagus takes 5 years to fully mature.
Damn, damn,
I mean,
and that's
waiting
crazy
on
because they grow
the
like
spear.
one stalk at a time. So
Yeah.
it's
What's
not like you're like
happening?
getting a bunch. Yeah, that's wild.
Asparagus. What's your deal?
What is your deal, asparagus? You're stinky.
Don't listen to
uh,
him.
okay. So what's your favorite fermented food?
All right. Yeah. So on to a fermented. Good job. This is great. We're really breaking this down.
Yes, dude, we should be.
Um, to be honest, I've never fermented anything myself. And my level of fermented food is less than my pickling, my deepness. What
Well,
the
you've
fuck?
made bread from scratch before.
I guess that's true.
That's fermented. I
I
mean, you
guess that's
like use
fermented.
yeast and you let it sit and you let it rise and
Okay, what's my favorite fermented food? Bread.
yeah, boom. Oh,
No. I think it's man, I really love kimchi a lot. I really love kombucha. I really love fermented egg yolks.
I don't think I've ever had that.
Where did I eat that? It was on a salad. It was delicious.
Okay. Oh, is
And
that
we
where they like it like gets kind of hard and you like grate it on?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, dude. And they've just been out and about like I think they were kind of like trending for a while.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I saw them on socials somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know, just like a solid kimchi with that bubbly.
Hmm.
Or dude, do you remember? I remember eating this stuff as a kid. It was almost like it was super bubbly in the mouth, dude. And it was like this red paste almost. It wasn't a paste. It almost looked like roe. It almost looked like salmon roe, but it wasn't. It was
Oh,
like veggie.
like Vegemite, right? Vegemite is a hotly, that's a divisive topic right there.
Vegemite. I haven't had it. Have you?
Yeah, I have had it a couple times.
Oh wow. What's it
I
like?
like it if you eat it right. Like my friend lived in Australia for a while and I worked with a couple Aussies that came to work at summer camp and they would
Uh-huh.
always like bring a thing and make, like
Yeah.
the Americans try it. it's super super salty and super strong. Like like if you eat too much of it, you'll feel like pretty fucked up. But it's kind of like
Yeah,
it's just really salty, kind of earthy,
like
but it has a
super
very
umami.
specific, yeah, super umami. And the way that it was always served to me is like a piece of like hard crusted bread, so like baguette or like a big loaf with like butter on it, like a decent amount of butter, and then a really thin layer of Vegemite spread on top.
Okay,
And so it's
I've
like you
seen
eat
it.
that with the butter. It's super good. Uh, they would eat like Vegemite sandwiches. Yeah. So I suggest having some. Like if you get a chance, you should try it.
Hell
It's
yeah.
definitely not something I could eat every day, but it's not. It wasn't as bad as some of the other people that were.
Well, and those people probably like maybe ate it wrong. Like
Sure.
eating like a whole bunch of it would.
Yeah.
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 Hey, dude, I'll try it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to get pinned down though. Let me just say kimchi.
Okay. Cool. I'm
Actually,
with you. I'm with you.
yeah.
The because I was thinking kimchi too, but my only kind of question is cheese fermented or is cheese like a whole nother process?
Well, I think fermentation is a process that's happening all the time, all around us, with the bacteria and the yeast in the air. So I think like anything will ferment.
Okay, but like the process of making cheese, like like not will cheese get moldy or
I
but
mean,
like
sure,
here is
dude. Name a process that's not fermenting. You're fermenting right now, dude. That's for real,
my cells are fermenting.
dude. This is real. You can't name anything that's not fermenting. Go ahead.
Vegetables, process.
Vegetables. No, dude. There's bacteria and yeast on them. They're fermenting at a really slow rate, dude.
Okay, it's not cheese making is different. So
Dude,
it's called casiculture. Um,
caseculture.
coagulation. Yeah, okay, it's not fermentation, so that's separate. So I glad we learned that.
I just want to take this moment to say Ethan and I are not experts in anything.
Oh
We're
man,
simply here to explore ideas and look for topics that we call podcast material. And thank you for joining us.
yeah. And if you know a good amount about cheese or these processes, these food processes that we are talking about, please comment
Caseculture.
below. Let us know. Uh, you know, get at us on our socials or below on YouTube, uh, or leave a comment wherever. Anyways, I'm too hung up on this cheese shit.
That's amazing. Man, we
So
are
okay,
loose. We're
not
loose.
cheese, not cheese.
Not
Ferment
cheese.
cheese is not fermented. It's a
Good, good, good,
separate
good,
thing.
good, good.
Yeah, it's more
Great.
about like a straining and then letting it sit and then straining it. Anyways,
Nice.
all kinds of different stuff. So I would agree. I would say kimchi for me as well. Is this boring that we're agreeing on both fronts, or do we just know what's good? I don't know. I don't know. I don't
You
know.
guys tell us. Is this boring? We just know what's good.
We just know what's good, man. We
Well,
know what's
tight, dude.
good. Yeah. I mean, bread, it's like hard to say no to bread. It's hard to say no to like, like a warm sourdough loaf.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Um,
that's real.
but uh, I feel like I first really started learning about fermentation from Brad Leone,
Yes,
who, is now a more popular YouTube chef and does things with lots of kind of like celebrity chefs on the internet. But
totally.
he had a whole show when he was with Bon Appetit called Fermentation Station, where he was just silly and made a bunch of cool stuff by fermenting different things or using fermented projects and or products. And I was like, that's so cool, and everything looked super good. Uh, yeah, he made fermentation super cool.
I agree. Totally. Absolutely.
So shout out
Fermentation is
Brad
cool.
Leone.
Yeah.
It is cool. It is super cool, but it had never been like delivered to me in this way where I was like, that guy kind of looks like me,
Bradley Hoon kind of does look like you. You
right? I
do
was him
kind of
for
look pretty
Halloween
good.
actually. That was fun. That
Oh,
was fun.
yeah. Oh, man.
Mm. Oh yes, dude. That's good. Fermentation.
Fermentation station. Hold on a second. Yo, I got a cramp in my back. This ain't good.
Dude, get the pickle juice.
For real.
Okay, the pickle juice.
Wait.
Hell yes, get the pickle juice. Yes. Show us the brand. What brand is that? Nelly? Nelly?
Brand.
Why not?
Not sponsored.
Where'd you Where'd you get it?
Let's go, I'm pretty sure. So I go through a lot of pickles, so I don't mind just going straight from the jar.
But yeah, that's how I drink my pickle juice too. But have you tried the Grillo pickles?
The Grillo pickles?
Yeah, they sell them at Costco.
Oh yeah, I have. You know, I actually didn't like those that much.
Oh, really?
They're a little bit too sweet, I think.
Oh man, I don't feel like they're that sweet, but I really like them. And they're spears. They're like spears too.
Just
You
dripping
dripping over there.
Yeah.
Oh man, I should go get a pickle too, but I know if I get up, pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I think I do prefer a whole pickle over a spear, but I really like the Grillos. I really like them. The juice.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. How are you feeling? You feeling better?
I am.
Good.
Dang.
Yes,
this is
dude.
hitting.
Good. I'm definitely about to go eat some pickles when I get off this. Oh man. Well, nice, man. I'm glad we solved your ailment.
Killer.
Killer. Yeah, you feel like you're putting your coat on?
You don't have to do it every time, dude.
I know. Well, it feels like that's that for this week's episode of Podcast Material. We're super happy that you've stuck around and that, you know, whether you keep coming back or like I said at the beginning, this is your first time listening. We're super glad that you're here with us. We kind of had this idea a few years ago and never really thought it would happen, and here we are. So again, just super grateful for anybody listening. We really appreciate your likes, your follows, your comments, any subscribes you want to hit, and if you could rate us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, that'd be greatly appreciated. So yeah, thanks for coming, and we'll see you at the next one.
Stick around and stay tuned, y'all.
Yes. Peace,
Bye.
y'all. Bye.
Podcasters.